The idea may be sound, but you may not be the person with the kind of biology to execute that idea. I've tried twice to do transport business. Transport business is very profitable. But the riders, the drivers, today's story, police arrested me. Guys with better. Now, because of my nature, when they say that, I open my wallet, I give them more money. Because I'm a caring person. A caring person does not do transport business. When they tell you those stories, you have to slap them, lock them up, and they will never tell you stories again. So it's a fantastic business idea, but not for Isoji Oyawe.
Olusoji Oyawe shares the insightful story of his journey from failing SSCE several times to becoming a successful social entrepreneur, Maxwell certified life and business coach, author of 8 impactful books, and founder of House 12 Workspaces.
I currently have founded 5 businesses doing well: Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, but there are about 2 or 3 that we had to let go and shut down. A business is like a baby. There are stages where you need to give 100% to the business. So if you don't have a spouse that is understanding and accommodating of that fact, it pulls you back because you'll be blamed for neglect and all of that. For a startup business, it's always better to build your talents, don't buy the talent. So it's dangerous to just see somebody or like the way I'm talking and say, you want me to mentor you. You don't know me. You don't know my bad sides that you should never know. And by the time I begin to mentor you, I draw you into some vices because your mentor adopts you.
You hold a monthly event called Lunch and Learn with Olusoji Oyawe, and I was privileged to be at the Lagos edition in May this year. And my biggest takeaway from that meeting that day was actually the first lesson you taught, which centered on introduction, how you should introduce yourself in a powerful way to build, to start a relationship and to network. So I would like you to introduce yourself that way, the way you taught us, and why it is important to introduce oneself that way.
Oh, thank you so much, Akeem. My name is Olusoji Oyawe. When individuals are looking for clarity or businesses are looking to grow their business profitably, I provide solutions to both of those problems through my coaching sessions. And it's important to do what I've just done. I didn't start off with, my name is Olusoji Oyawe. I'm a Maxwell Leadership Certified Coach. I'm on the board of 5 companies. I'm founder, CEO of House 12. All of those things are of little relevance to the audience when you meet people. What you need to do is, what solutions are you providing out there? That's what sticks. So again, when individuals are looking for clarity in their life, or businesses are looking to grow their businesses profitably, I provide solutions to those 2 problems: clarity, business growth, through my coaching sessions.
You were in banking for some time, and I would like you to tell us what inspired you to quit banking at the time that you did.
Yes, I was in the banking industry for 19 years. I mean, I served in a bank, NYC, and was privileged to also be employed in the bank thereafter. And for 19 years, I worked in the banking industry. But when I was about 35 years old, I read a book. I can't recollect till this day the title or author of the book. But what the book basically said was that by age 40, if you really ever want to own your own business and be entrepreneurial, you should start on or by age 40. The longer after age 40 that you delay in doing that, it becomes a bit more challenging because the people you would need to relate with in growing your business would increasingly become younger than you. I mean, you can see me walking in here, there's been a lot of daddy. So you can imagine if I'm just starting business at this age, people I need to do deals with will not relate with me at par. They just look at me as some elderly person and the likes. So I resolved after reading that book that on or before age 40, I will leave banking to start my own business. I read economics, by the way, and my career grew very well in the banking industry. That age 35, I was a senior manager, and it was like, okay, I've not done badly on or by age 40. But then I forgot that desire soon after. Then by the time I was 40, Soludo had become CBN governor, Central Bank of Nigeria governor. And he came up with a policy to consolidate banks. Nigerian banks at that time were about 90. And he was raising capital to reduce them to about 20.
Wow.
By age 40, I was already now a general manager. A general manager in the banking industry. Next after GM is to be an executive director or MD of a bank. So it occurred to me that the probability of moving up with 89 options was shrinking to 20. And would be more difficult. Then I remembered, wait a minute, you said you would leave by 40. What are you still doing in the industry?
Right.
And that's what happens when one just focuses on promotions and career. Promotions and all of those things tend to keep you trapped. Because when you think you should go, then there's another promotion
to keep you
there's more benefit. So you to feel comfortable, and I forgot my dream. So I eventually left at age 41. So what was my why? I had seen opportunities out there in how to run a business that is not just focused on making money for the owners, that adds value first to the employees and then to the community at large. And I felt the best way to test that hypothesis is to go start your own. As against what most of us do, you just complain about your bosses, your employers. Okay, go and start your own and see if this thing works. So that was my why.
So coming from the banking industry, one would assume that you had good capital to start with. Was that it?
Certainly not. Most of what I know now, I didn't know then. When I was to start the business and I resolved what I like to do, first, my dreams were not that big. I was just register a company. Yes. It was clear I wanted to start an HR outsourcing company that is manage staff on an outsourced basis for different organizations. I had seen that the banking industry, manufacturing concerns, used a lot of non-core staff. Many staff in the banking industry were contract staff who had no benefits, could be sacked with no notice, no promotion, and all of those. And I stumbled on the fact that there's a management practice called HR outsourcing, such that the staff moved from being contract staff to employees of the company that provides them to financial institutions and factories, and they will get full staff benefits, and they will no longer be contract staff, and they can't be sacked without payment in lieu. So I did a study of that and got a US certification as an outsourced provider. So I saw a gap in the market that I was leveraging on. But for what I thought is just, okay, operate even from my house. I didn't need an office or anything. Yeah. I then shared with my then managing director. By that time, I had worked in the bank for about 5 to 6 years. And the MD we had built a good working relationship. There's been instances where, as a branch manager, regional manager, he had introduced some of his friends to come to my branch for a loan or what have you. And where I felt the loans were not bankable, I emanated back to him that, sir, this is not advisable. We can't do this for this. And not once did he say no. So we had gone quite close, mutual respect. And I shared my idea with him and felt this was something he would like to be part of. And said I should come up with a more detailed proposal. And the proposal at that time in 2006 required almost 50 million naira. By the time he expanded it, because he was like, look, we need to have our office in Victoria Island. I was living in the Butimeta. I was okay with an office. He said, no, we need to do this because the kind of clients we want to build, you need to show presence. And I said, oh, God, 50 million naira.
Where would I get that?
I have no idea. And he called me back after 2 weeks and wrote me a check of 50 million naira.
Wow.
And that's how the business started. So I didn't have 1 naira capital, but I had an idea. So mistake people make is capital is not what you need to start a business. What you need is, what is your business idea? A business is nothing other than a solution to problems. If you have a solution to problems, capital is the smallest problem.
I know you say something often that you who you know is much more important than what you know.
Correct.
I would like you to speak to that effect, the essence of quality network.
The reality is, it's not just in business. In life generally, it's a fact that many do not intentionally pursue to their detriment. And that statement again is, who you know is a lot more important than what you know. Unfortunately, people place more emphasis on what they know. Academic qualifications, money in the bank, and all of those things. Just like we're finding out even in our environment. The House of Assembly, the Senate, who are the people there? Right? They make the rules.
Yeah.
They take decisions that affect all of us, with all your money, with all your capital, with all your education. They take the decision. So the relevance of who you know, which is called networking, is to be intentional in getting to build up credible relationships, such that even if you take it back to business, okay, I need to create a new line of business, say in the Ilorin, I would achieve a lot more success if I have credible contacts who are already established in the Ilorin, who will tell me where to find land, who will tell me how to link me up to internal revenue in the Ilorin, how to link me up to the credible people that would patronize my business. So networking is key in life, but more so in growing a business. But the other mistake people make is, you don't build those credible networks because of what you want to get from them. What you do actually is make yourself valuable. And the more you add value to people, naturally, the wider your network grows. So it just makes, it makes life, it makes business a lot easier. Because you will come across issues that money can't solve, that your intellect can't solve. But by the time you make a phone call to some credible person, you see that the person can resolve the issue, or they know who can resolve it for you. And I've seen that play out repeatedly in my now 20 years journey as an entrepreneur.
Ask what the biggest challenge you faced was in the first year of doing business, like more like culture shock for you.
First, that business I spoke about, Resource Intermediaries Limited, we did not make a profit until the 5th year.
Wow.
So you're talking year 1. We didn't make a profit in any month until year 5. We did not break even, meaning write off prior year losses, until year 8. That business was 19 years, July this year. So there were many mistakes, not just the first year. You know, there's that foolish feeling that I'm an ex-banker. I left as a GM. I know everything. So those were some of the errors. And there are about 2 or 3 critical errors that I learned the hard way that helped me in subsequent businesses. Error number 1, for a startup business, it's always better to build your talents. Don't buy the talent. So don't go hiring like I did. I was starting an outsourcing company. So I went to companies already doing what I want to do. And I headhunted their middle management, increased their salary, poached them, gave them official card. Big error. I found out later that such people can run a business that is already doing well.
Yes.
They can't build one. To build, I needed to find people Like me, I'm a third class graduate, by the way, and serial WAEC failure before I finally even got to university. So I went to look for people like me who don't have first class or 2-1. Some didn't even do more than school start, and began to invest in training and coaching them. So build your people. 2 advantages. That comes cheaper for you.
Right.
2, they're usually more willing to learn, and they acknowledge as they begin to grow that, if it wasn't for you.
I wouldn't have known.
When you buy the talents, they come with some chips on their shoulders, arrogant. Error number 2 that I learned the hard way. Adverts do not bring the customer. And most startups make the mistake. Let's market. I mean, my new house 12 is over a year old. People consistently tell me, let us market this place. People don't know house 12. I said, look, all adverts do is people get to know you exist.
And that's it.
But what you need is people to come and spend money here. What brings the money, again, is that networking and being strategic with the marketing. So our first year, we spent almost 10 million of that 50 million on adverts. If you arrive Nigeria, you'll say at the airport, welcome to Nigeria, Resource Intermediary. Ikorodu Road, billboard. Not one customer came. But people knew us. There's a network, I love the adverts, one of these telephone networks. I think they make about the best advert.
Okay.
But I don't use their phone. But I love the adverts.
Yes, you don't use
I'm using another person's line. So that's second mistake. I think we'll leave it at that. So in those loss-making years, many times I felt, look, boy, you resign now. They didn't sack you.
You can always
go back. And some of our colleagues were actually just, Soji, come back.
Is there a point where one should just let it go and just say, look, this won't work?
Oh, yes. I currently have founded 5 businesses doing well. Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana. But there are about 2 or 3 that we had to let go and shut down. So the reality is, as those losses were happening, like I said, we were learning some painful lessons. And along the journey, we're getting better. Let me put it this way. The purpose of a business is not to make profit. And that may sound counterintuitive. The purpose of a business is to create a customer. As you create and keep the customer, then profit will come. But many assume the purpose of a business is to make profit. So when they are not making profits, they shut it down, they go to somewhere else. Rather than what to ask yourself is, are you creating customers?
Yeah.
So you had 1 customer this month. Next month, do you have 3 customers? Do you now have 5? Do you now have 15? Is customer number 1 buying more from you and bringing others? Once that is happening, you are in business.
What common mistake will you say Nigerians make when they are going into a new business?
Principally that of pride and arrogance, I would say again. The fact that you've been a successful general manager in the banking industry does not mean you would run a restaurant business well, or even a tailoring business. Every business has its own key skills and attributes required. By the way, in those days, nobody starts a business without first doing apprenticeship. Nobody. Right. It's after apprenticeship, then they'll get freedom. Then they start. But these days, you have gone to school, you have raised some capital, you just assume
you can go into business.
Business is a science. So that's one mistake I think people make. Try to be apprenticed by somebody who is in that field. If you can't do that, then that's your product or service. Create a most viable prototype and test the market. So test the market small. So you make your mistakes small. But most just
going big.
Open. And then they wonder, I mean, look at item 7. Do you know what it took them to start from a campus caterer? Now they are all over the place. So you want to start your own and you want to compete with an item 7? So those are some of the mistakes. And that's why I keep on saying it's not about the capital. It's about what's your business idea. Let me quickly make a point about business idea also. The idea may be sound, but you may not be the person with the kind of biology to execute that idea.
Right.
Again, I've tried twice to do transport business. Transport business is very profitable. But the riders, the drivers, today's story, police arrested me. The car is with mechanic. Now, because of my nature, when they say that, I open my wallet, I give them more money. Because I'm a caring person. A caring person does not do transport business. When they tell you those stories, you have to slap them.
Right? Question what they're bringing.
Lock them up. And they will never tell you stories again.
Right.
So it's a fantastic business idea, but not for a Soji or Yahweh. So many make that other mistake.
Have you always been this excellent communicator?
The reality of communication is I've worked now for 39 years. And my communication truly picked up in just about 10 years ago. So I've not always been like this. I am what people would describe as an introvert. Someone who is typically quiet, shy, reserved. And I had low self-esteem. I didn't believe people like me have anything to share. And I normally would just keep to myself. But then through my wife, I joined the Maxwell Leadership team. And it's one of the things they teach us there is communication. How to communicate well, and of course, how to also grow your business and many other leadership qualities. And gradually, I mean, today I'm a conference speaker. I'm a life and business coach, as it is. And what I charge is not small fee to spend an hour with me, as it is. So sometimes I also look back and even watch some of my own earlier recordings, and I'm like, you've gone a long way. So the point there is we all need to be intentional in investing in getting a coach to help us in whatever area we need to improve on. For some, it's communication. For some, it's people management, how to even manage your staff.
Right.
For some, it's anger management. You know, I have several coaches on various topics. So I take your question first as a compliment. As it is. By the way, and I'm never shy to say that, I married up, if you know what I mean. So I married some 2 or 3 levels above my social class. And that was one of the networking that began to improve my life. Because through marriage, I got to be exposed to many things that, you know, my lineage, where up to maybe about 1 or 2 steps above my father, were traders or farmers.
Okay.
All those people selling nails, padlock, brazier at Tereko, they are my people. So I may also have just been one of them. Because most of them also just transferred the business to their children without much exposure. But when I married, I got exposed to a different mindset of looking at issues, and that was the first place my confidence level began to improve. So it's very important who you marry on both sides, husband or wife. You see, a business is like a baby. And just started House 12 now, I'm here, I've relocated to help that baby grow. So if you don't have a good marriage, it's either the business doesn't grow or your marriage collapses. The two can't go together. There are stages where you need to give 100% to the business. So if you don't have a spouse that is understanding and accommodating of that fact, it pulls you back because you'll be blamed for neglect and all of that. Then at some point, you just leave the business in the hands So it's like you've had a baby and you're leaving the baby in the hands of nanny.
So that you can focus on your
home. So there is a harmony that is required. It's like a delicate dance of work, business, then find some quality time, family. So just like you said, what you see, take a walk in the morning, those are when I'm now with family. I switch 100% to family, shuts down the worry about business. But for a long periods of time, more of the 100% is on the business. Right. And family is just left on the side. So if you don't have a spouse that understands that fact, you won't have the focus to drive business. So it's important, and part of what helped us, I must say this also, is that for about 25 years now, we found likable couples that were similar in value, and we met in church, and we just created a group called the Upper House Family. Okay. Until today, we're together. In fact, our children eventually went to same schools. Some of the children within that group have married each other, and today the Upper House Family is together. Because that's way we formed the group when we were all nothing. Okay. So it was easier to grow, and as we began to be something, to caution each other. So it's always nice to have somebody that can tell you the truth, right, without looking at your status, because we all know where we're coming from. So that helped us and helped our respective marriages also. Because when we all gather, we talk about things just the way they are. All right. So I'll advise anyone to invest in those kind of groupings. So surround yourself with people who will tell you the truth. People who would help lift your hands up when they see you need it to be lifted up.
Starting out a new business, what marketing approach should be taken? What are the factors that one should consider before spending money on any form of marketing at all?
If I take that back a bit from what I had shared earlier, that the purpose of a business is to create a customer, not to make profit. So what you then want to ask yourself is, so how do I create a customer? Marketing is required to create a customer. Yeah. And marketing simplified simply means letting the people that have the problem that my business solution is structured to solve, let them know I have a solution for their problem. That's marketing. Yeah. So when you simplify it that way, then what you want to then check is, what is the best marketing approach to reach the people that have the problem that I can solve? So if I'm creating employment for fresh graduates, so clearly my target market is fresh graduates. Yeah. So my marketing must be skewed towards universities and NYC. So if I'm doing my marketing in a place where those people don't feature, I won't succeed. Right. So for example, there are three things I learned from Jeff Bezos, who is the Amazon man, unarguably a successful businessman. And this is for someone who is being entrepreneurial. No, trading is different. If you're a trader, it's just to buy this thing, X amount of money, add profit and sell. That's a trader. But when we talk of business, we're talking entrepreneurial. And Jeff Bezos says, number one, you must have a long-term view of business. So don't be in a hurry. I said resource intermediaries, my first business, took 5 years to make a profit. House 12 is 13 months old. Now we have made profit only 1 month in 13 months. In 13 months. Right. But I've watched the losses are reducing because the customer growth, we're getting more and more customer by the day. So by the time we share this also, more customers we again would hear. So that's having a long-term view. So certainly we're not going to wait 5 years. If after that first one, none of our other businesses waited that long. Right,
because you are bringing the lessons.
The lessons learned and applying it. Yes. So have a long-term view of the business. There will only be a problem if your losses are not reducing. but they are reducing. So it's a matter of time for the profits
So now start
to.
from
Number two, it says be innovative. And innovation, people think is a technical, like you hear all this AI technology, don't scare yourself. There's nothing new under the sun.
Yes.
Coca-Cola is 500 naira or thereabout on the shelf. If you go to watch a movie in a typical movie place, the same Coca-Cola, they'll charge you 1,500 or 2,000. They didn't create another Coke.
Yes.
Now, if you go into some top-notch hotels and you ask for a Coca-Cola, they won't even give you the bottle. They'll give you a glass that will be half filled with ice block. So the Coca-Cola that will enter will be maybe 50 naira Coke. They'll put a straw,
and maybe
an umbrella,
yeah,
3.5. And you and I will pay 3.5 for a 50 naira Coke. That's innovation. So in whatever business you're doing, like Jeff Bezos, find what you can do differently from the way everybody else does this. And number three, he says, be customer focused, customer centric. Remember, why you exist is to create a customer. So that's customer must be. When we say customer, however, it must be the customer that is also giving you value.
Right.
So not all customers are necessary, but the one that you say, this one is giving us business, you must find a way. And to achieve that, you first start with your internal customers. How do you treat your staff? How do they feel about you? It is that translates to how they will treat your customers.
It's one thing to go to a networking event or wherever, get to meet someone and get introduced and get contacts. Is there actionable step towards keeping such relationships, even if there won't be exchange of value at the moment, but making sure that months down the line I'm able to reach out and say, okay, now value is coming. What should I do?
Another very good question. First thing to do, first going to networking events is not how really you build the network. So actionable steps to grow your credible network. First thing you do when you meet people, the kind of people you'd like to know and grow with, make sure you exchange contact details. That's the first thing. Where you can, make sure you exchange social media handles. Just follow them. Where you can, get to know their birthdays.
Okay.
Where you can ask in that gathering, you can find out. By the time you follow them online, you will see a post of, it's my birthday today. Start that birthday. In a year's time, you'll be able to say, happy birthday, Akeem. And the person will be like,
how did you get to know?
They may not say it, but in their head it's like, oh, I'm important enough that he remembered my birthday. Right. I said, I've worked for 39 years. The people I say happy wedding anniversary to, that I saw physically last 30 years ago. And sometimes they'll be like, Oga, thank you. My wife would have killed me. I did not even remember.
Right?
So will that person forget me?
Never.
So
Never.
That's one actionable step. So follow them online. When they post, like. Where you can make an intelligent comment, not all the time, make the intelligent comment. You are keeping them. Then someday you hear they'll be speaking somewhere or having an event, showing up somewhere. Just like you found out there's a lunch and learn. Then you registered.
Yes.
See how it brought us closer. So the opportunity will come. Second actionable step is, it's not about what you'll get from the people. By following them and staying close, you are looking for what value you can add to them. It's in adding value to people that your network grows. Like me doing this for you now, it's adding value to you. I have not asked you for money.
Yes.
Typically, I would. Right?
Yes.
It's being paid forward. Should you see an opportunity to pay me back in future, or someone who needs to engage me for a retreat or what have you, would you recommend or not? I would
definitely recommend.
So that's the thing. So networking is about, what would I get from this guy? It's about, what can I do for this person? Another actionable step is connect people. So if I know you have a need and I know who can solve it, just connect the two and stay out of it. Not to say, for linking you up, oh, where's my cut?
Stay out of it.
They will remember that.
But that connection is the business that some people actually do.
And if you find out they're just treated based as transactional people.
Right.
So if you're just transactional, I won't want you in my space. Yes, when I have a transaction, I will call you. I have land to sell. Can you solve? Some may come back and say thank you and what have you, but your motive for doing the connection should not be because of what is in it for me. Because, okay, they pay you whatever they have paid you. There may be a bigger value or benefit to you.
You could get.
I was at an arts exhibition in Ilorin on Saturday. Today is,
Thursday.
Saturday, Friday last week.
Okay.
And again, I exchanged numbers. A few people asked for my details. There were maybe about 40 exhibitors. Then one of the ladies, 2 days later, just chatted me up on the number that she has a gift for me. She'd like to come and see me. When can she come? And I was like, okay. So I'm in house 12. You can come. And then she came 2 days or 3 days ago. She had done a pencil drawing of me.
Oh, wow.
It's a gift for me. And I was touched. It's posted on my Instagram handle and Facebook. Because I'm like, there were 40 people in that room. What made you want to give me a gift? She said after she took my number and I left, that she put my name on Google. And she just felt, I need to know. Then I said, you must have been well brought up. Because what she has done, she has given first. It's me not to be looking for her to give back to her.
Yes.
But most people will be looking for, this man that I've met, urgent 2K. And you just block them after that. And that's all they will have.
Right?
Or they want to take a selfie.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Because they just want to show off online that, I know this man.
So to grow your network, it's about what value you give to people. And when I say to people, I have contacts with Alai Area Boy. I have with Middle. I have with the presidency. So it's not building network.
With just the people at the top.
Because it's just need.
This person you need, yes.
So that's how you grow your network. So as life happens here and there, sometimes you don't even need to ask. And they hear that there's a need that you have.
They will reach out.
They will reach out because they know what you have been to them. So that's the thing. It's about what you give, not what you get. Why is it important to have a mentor? First, the origin of mentor was a king in ancient times was going to war. In those days, kings go to war.
Yes.
And he was not sure he would come back alive. And the heir apparent was his son, who was still very young. So he had a friend whose name was Mentor. And he told his friend, Mentor, please help me look after my son and bring him up to be a good king, just in case I don't
come back. Wow.
That's the origin of mentor.
Wow.
So that should let you know why we all need mentors. It is foolish to try and live life alone because nobody knows it all. Right. A mentor, however, should be somebody who's been where you have not been, whose values are in line with your values. Many make that mistake. They like someone and they just want the person to be their mentor. And the person then leads them into values that are completely at variance
to
theirs. Because once somebody is your mentor, a mentor practically adopts you for life. So many times also what people want is coaching, but they call it mentor.
Right.
A coach, so I can coach you on public speaking.
Okay.
I can coach you on podcasting.
And that's it.
Once you have mastered it, our job has finished. I can coach you on report writing.
Okay.
But a mentor is like I've adopted you for life.
I have to hold
So
you.
when people come to me and say, I want to be my mentor, I say, no. What are your pain points? What are the issues you are dealing with? If I have experience, I can coach you in that area. But I don't just take mentor. Because mentor means I'm involved for life. Who you marry, what clothes you wear, what you do with your life. It's like adoption.
Yes.
Then your mentor, you must spend time with your mentor periodically, face to face.
It's funny how people now call some things my online mentor. People now refer to someone they might never see as their mentor.
So you can't say Obama is my mentor.
Exactly.
You
People
can
say
be
things
inspired by Obama.
Right.
You can read his book. John Maxwell can inspire you, but for a person to be your mentor, like John C. Maxwell is my mentor because I'm certified by him. And every year, either in March or August, those of us that are mentored by him, we go and spend 4 days with him in Florida.
Oh, wow.
Face to face, coaching. So you can't say somebody is your mentor that does not even know you exist. You don't meet. No. Mentorship again is like father, son, father, daughter. So we all need it. And you need more. I have many mentors. But usually again, you don't choose your mentor. Your mentor observes that this one has potential and is zealous. Then the mentor begins to say, look, Akeem, you need to stop hanging out with this guy I'm seeing you with. Because this guy doesn't look like he's going where I see potential for you. You need to stop wearing this kind of clothes. In fact, you need to go for this course. I say, I don't have the money. Get the form, I will pay. Mentorship has started. They won't tell you I'm mentoring you, but they begin to invest. They're going somewhere they know you will never be allowed even through the gates. They say, come, let's go somewhere. And you enter the room and they're introducing you. Some will say my mentee, or they just say, oh, my colleague. Everybody in the room automatically assumes you're already at that same level.
With the mentor.
So they have given you access. That's what mentorship does. So it's dangerous to just see somebody or like the way I'm talking and say, you want me to mentor you. You don't know me. You don't know my bad sides that you should never know.
Right.
And by the time I begin to mentor you, I draw you into
all
drugs.
Of that side. Yes.
I draw you into some vices. Because your mentor adopts you. So before you know it, you have lost your way. 2 things. Develop yourself increasingly. Be mentoring others.
Okay.
Then, the way nature works, a mentor will notice you and begin to mentor you.
Regardless of the level that you are in your career or whatever you do.
My children are part of my mentors.
Okay.
They're my style mentors. So for a 60-year-old to dress the way I am, I have a 32-year-old children who say, Dad, this is what to wear. Don't wear that. That's not mentoring.
It is.
So mentoring is not necessarily somebody older or
bigger.
No. They're called reverse mentors.
Okay.
So a younger person can mentor you, but don't go looking for mentors. So prepare yourself to be somebody that mentors want to mentor. So if they say there's a program 9 a.m., what time did you tell me this program is?
3 p.m.
People will normally expect at my level, I should stroll in 3:30.
Right. The Nigerian.
I got here 2:45.
Yes.
So that's how people like us get the opportunities. So if we are many, somebody notices Akeem is never late. And when we say we need to work later till midnight, Akeem doesn't grumble. Somebody who wants to mentor you. Because they're seeing attitudes and characters that is different. Be intentional in developing the right social skills. Most people just focus more on the technical skills. Again, that's the academic, the IQ. They're all fine. But there's social skills like being emotionally intelligent, There's social skills, like having the right attitude. That when they say something is 9 and you are there 30 minutes earlier, not assume that it's African time. That 9, they meant 10. People are watching you. When they see that a colleague didn't show up for work and you are the one calling the colleague to say, Acheko, see, we have not seen you. People are observing that this one is different. So that is positioning yourself. Or there's a gathering and you all got there early, or you are one of the few, and you see that the hall is not yet arranged. And without being asked, you are picking chair, you are picking table. Somebody is watching. You know, somebody is watching. And when there's an opportunity, they will call you.
Mention 3 resource materials that you feel anyone that is serious about starting a business in Nigeria should take on. Books, podcasts, whatever it is. 3 materials you would recommend for anybody that wants to start.
What I would recommend may not be exactly speaking to business, but speaking to life. Because from my experience, I've found out life itself is business, business is life. And the first would be As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. Yeah. As a man thinketh, so is he. So if you say it's not possible, it won't be possible. If you say this thing will work, it will work. So As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, it will speak to your business, speaks to your life. And it's a very small book.
Very small
you
book.
You can read it in 1 hour.
Yes.
As a Man Thinketh. Second, from my experience, I've found that a key driver of business that most people lack is people skills. How to manage human beings. Because we're a very complex set of people. So to truly grow your business, you must grow as a leader. So the second book I recommend is The 5 Levels of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. 5 Levels of Leadership. And in that book, you'll find out 70% of leaders are on level 1. 70%. Meaning they're not leaders. Because at that level 1, there are people who lead based on, do you know who I am? The GM has entered. The MD is around. So they lead based on their ego. And people follow them because they have to. Not because they want to.
Willing.
So the day those people find another job,
they move.
So that's not. But 70% of leaders, even running big companies and big countries, are there. Real leadership starts from level 2. A level 2 leader is intentional in building relationships. So if 3, 4 of you are my team, within a week or 2 of working together, I'll get to know how many siblings in your family. What's your position in the family? What's your upbringing? And vice versa, I try to get you to know mine. It's intentional, because by the time I find out you're number 1 out of 15, I need to know that there'll be some responsibilities on you that must be affecting work or your life. I will then need to understand some days you'll be late. But if I don't build those relationships, I would be relating with you blindly. So, and at level 2, people follow you because they want to, not because they have to. Because they can see that this person truly cares for me as a human being. Level 3, leaders, they have built relationships in level 2. Level 3, they deliver results for the organization. So you can see that this, when they say sell 10, the person has sold 20. When they say we need to go to the market to market, this person has done it. So they can see the results. So people follow you because of what they see you are doing for your organization. They want to be like you. Level 4, they have built relationships. They are delivering for the organization. They are intentionally coaching their colleagues and building them up. So they're interested in reproducing themselves as leaders. So people follow them because of what they have done for them. I can see that, I've worked for this person for 6 months, 1 year. My life is changed. People notice me outside now than before. My confidence level has grown. That's level 4. Level 5 is the height. By the time you get to level 5, people follow you because of what you represent. You have built relationships. You have delivered results. You have
coached.
built people. You are now an institution on your own. So 5 levels of leadership. I've just given you a quick summary of the book by John C. Maxwell. The third book I recommend, which is based on my faith, is the Holy Bible.
Interesting.
Because the Proverbs particularly, there's business in Scripture. Don't cheat somebody. Don't falsify your records.
All right.
You know, all of those crazy things that goes on in
Virtues
business. Virtues that are credible. I'm sure it's also in the Quran as it is. So basically, just read the Holy Book and try to model your business along those lines. Don't take what is not yours, including pay government their tax as you make your... Yeah.
Give to Caesar.
Absolutely. If the community, take care of your community. Don't just make money out of the community. And things like... So that's the 3 books I will recommend.
Permit me to add one, sir. What is that in your hand by Olusoji Oyaroji?
I deliberately didn't mention any of my 8 books.
I got that, but
there are 2 of my books on business, really. The Entrepreneurial, which I wrote when a business that is now 19 years old was 6 years old. And at that time, people asked me, who are you to be writing about how to run a business that is still 6 years old?
Right.
Well, the business is still around. So I must know something you need to read. Then the latest one on business is how to build a legacy business. Having retired from the 19-year-old business, and somebody else is now the MD of that business. So I've transited. And guess what? They have pivoted to other lines of business.
Wow.
Beyond what I
you
handed
started
over.
Originally.
So
okay.
How do you build that kind of business?
Thank you so much, sir.
You're
It has
welcome.
been an insightful session.